Hey gamers, do you like Mutants and Masterminds? Have you ever wanted to know how to make a character? Well, today we're going to make one. How about a Speedster? Alright gamers, welcome back to Game Master's Dungeon. I'm Brian, your Game Master. Today we are going to make a character. Mutants and Masterminds 3rd edition. Now this is from a request from one of my subscribers, Black Crows 124312. Hopefully I got that right. Hopefully I got all the numbers right there at the end. He had asked like, what is toughness and how does power level really work? And I got to talking to him about it, and I was like, well, you know, that would be for a different video. Well, you know, how would you like me for me to make a character? So you kind of see how it's done. He was like, yeah, sure. I was like, okay, well, you know, what kind of character do you want? He's like, a speedster. I was like, fantastic, because I love speedsters. I love The Flash. TV show is great. I just like super speed. So we're gonna dig in here and we're gonna make us a character. So now there's gonna be we're gonna do this kind of loose. We're gonna make a lot of assumptions. We're gonna bypass all of the science of super speed. Like as an example, if my character runs at 10,000 miles an hour, all of their clothes should burn off, and hair and skin and all this other stuff. So we're gonna take assumptions that this power is gonna just give them immunity. To the effects of that. We could purchase the ability to become immune to that stuff with certain specifications, but we're going to make this simple. Depending upon your game master for your game, they may require you to look at the science and really spend your points on making yourself immune to that stuff. But we're just going to do the basics. We're going to make a character with super speed. We're going to develop a character. We're going to fill out the top section here, so the gender, the age, height, weight. We're going to do all that stuff. We're going to spend all the, buy all the characteristics. We're going to buy feats, powers. We're going to make a whole character. And just like a little maybe a quick backstory for this character, just so you can kind of see how the whole thing's done. So let's start off. First I want to start off with a sample character that they have in the book. So if you're following along with your book, on page 47, they have a speedster who's power level 10. I've read through this. I'm like, it looks pretty good. If you wanted to play a character, you could copy this and make a few amendments, and there you go. But we're going to make our own. Now we're going to use power level 10, and we're going to talk about what that means here in a minute. All right, so we're going to start here in chapter 2. So if you're following along, page 23 of your book, chapter 2 is called Secret Origins, so Hero Design. So it's going to take you through all the steps. So the concept, Game Master Guidelines, power level, abilities, skills, advantages, powers, complications, details, and Game Master approval. So let's start with one. So hero concept. First we're going to develop the concept of this character. So obviously we know we're going to want to be a speedster. Let's talk about concept. So the book states, before you get started, consider what sort of hero you want to create. What are your hero's basic abilities? What are the hero's powers? What are the origin? You may want to look at some of the archetypes earlier in this chapter for ideas. So we've already looked at the archetype. We're going to come up with something new. Alright? So let's start here at the top. So basically we're going to fill in the top here. Okay? So player is going to be me. So Brian, your game master. Let's see. So for this character, I got this thing about female characters. I don't think strong female characters. I don't think there's enough. So we're going to be a female. We're going to be a female speedster. Okay? And I really like this, the idea of high school age kids. Because when I started playing games like this, I was in high school, and I always thought, like, if I had powers, how would I deal with it? How would I use them? So we're gonna make a 17-year-old female. So height, we'll say she's 5'1". Weight, she's going to weigh 125. She's going to have blue eyes. She's going to have brunette hair. Because I like, something about me, I like women that are brunettes. I like dark hair. Power level is going to be 10. So then here it's got all your total power points spent. So as we spend powers or spend points in different sections, we're going to track them here. All right. So then your second step here in your hero design is your Game Master guidelines. This is where your Game Master is going to give you the guidelines of the game. What he's going to allow, or he or she is going to allow in the game. Maybe powers and things that he or she is not going to allow. Time period, the feel, the mood. Is it going to be like a dark, like a Dark Knight or Batman Begins kind of thing? Or is it going to be more, lighthearted, like maybe like the old Superman movies? They were kind of light and not a lot of dark, and all this new stuff is dark and broody and more realistic. So in our story, it's gonna go like a realistic kind of setting. It's gonna be not necessarily dark, but gonna be in that gray area. We're gonna have some some light, some humor, some fun stuff, but it's gonna be real stuff involved in this game. Okay. The third thing is your power level. So power level 10. So basically, how it works is for every point of power level that the Game Master sets, is going to give you 15 points to spend on your characters. So power level 10 times 15 points is 150 points. Okay. We're just going to make a little note of that right here. Okay. So 150 points. That's what we have to spend on everything. So skills, advantages, powers, characteristics, everything. All right. So now we're going to look at abilities right up here. So strength, agility, fighting, awareness. So everything starts at 0. Okay, 0 is going to be your average. And for every point that we want to put into a ability, so such as like strength or whatever, it's going to cost you 2 power points per rank. So obviously we're a female character. We're a 17-year-old. Say maybe this girl, maybe she's like the really popular girl at school. Maybe she's into cheerleading and she's got dance and all this other stuff. So we're gonna give her strength 1. Okay. We're gonna give her agility is gonna be we'll give her agility 3 and a dexterity of 3. Okay. So then you're going to be like, okay, well, what are all those specific abilities mean? So let's find the page, shall we? So abilities right here, okay? So on page 56, 57, this goes over all of your abilities. So we got 1 in strength, so this is damage dealt by unarmed and strength-based attacks, how far you can jump, the amount of weight you can lift. Agility is your dodge bonus, avoiding ranged attacks and other hazards. Initiative bonus for acting first. Acrobatics, stealth. Agility checks for feat of coordination, so which is great for, doing, cheerleading and dance and all that other kind of stuff. Then you look at dexterity is attack checks for ranged attacks, sleight of hand, vehicle checks, feats for fine control and precision when making when a specific skill doesn't apply. So maybe she's really precise. She's gotta have that stuff to perform those certain moves effectively. Okay. Fighting. Well, before she gets her powers, she's never really fought, so we're only gonna give her a 0. Her awareness, we're gonna give her awareness 2. Okay. So also fighting is attack checks for close attacks, parry defense for avoiding close attacks. All right, so fighting is just like how well you fight. Okay, 17-year-old girl, 95% of them probably. That's just a number I'm throwing out there. Don't or wouldn't have points in fighting because that's not what they do at that age. So the awareness is will defense for resisting attacks on your mind, insight, perception checks, awareness checks to resolve matters of intuition. So maybe she does well in school. Obviously, if she's going to be on those certain teams in school, she's going to have good grades. Okay. So then we're also her intellect. We're going to say she's smart as well. So we're going to give her a 3. Okay. Stamina. We're going to give her stamina. Let's see. What does stamina do? So toughness defense, fortitude defense for resisting effects targeting your health, stamina checks to recover from things afflicting your character's health when a specific defense doesn't apply. So obviously she exercises and she works out, she's got to stay lean and fit, so we're going to give her a stamina of 2. Okay? And now we got presence. Now presence is deception, intimidation, persuasion, skill checks, presence checks to influence others through force of personality. Obviously, she's going to be the popular girl in school. People are going to like her. She's going to have good presence. Maybe she's even like, I don't know, class president or something. She's involved in school. So we're going to give her a presence of 3. All right. So now, according to our math here, so pay 2 power points for each rank. So we've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Alright, 2 power points each, so 17 times 2 is 34. So we spent 34 points in abilities. Okay? You don't want to neglect your abilities. You don't just want to have all zeros and then have nothing but powers, because what if somebody nullifies them, or the game master throws a twist where you can't use your powers. You got to build your character starting out, find out who the character is. That's what this defines. Okay? Alright, so now that we got the abilities, we're going to go over here to defenses. So first we're going to fill in our basic numbers. So we're going to write it lightly because we're going to erase and fill it in again. So dodge is agility, so which is 3 base. Parry is fighting, 0. Fortitude is stamina, 2. Toughness is stamina, 2. And will save is your awareness. That's where we're starting at. Okay, so now we're going to buy 1 power point. Will increase each one of our, so say I want to increase dodge from 3 to 4, I can pay 1 power point to increase its rank. So, but now we got to think so if we do it that way, that means that this character is naturally talented in these areas. Now, with our super speed that we're going to have, we're going to give her enhanced dodge and parry and other things like that because she's so fast. I think this character is going to rely on the superpowers to improve these defenses. And now with defenses, there's also caps to how high they can go based on their power level. Okay. Okay, so now you're asking, okay, Brian, what are the caps? So if you're following along on page 25 down here at the bottom, so you're going to see dodge and toughness. So dodge and toughness, the total of these two, so dodge and toughness, defenses cannot exceed twice the series power level. So we're power level 10. So dodge and toughness together cannot equal more than 20, which is double the power level. Parry and toughness, the total of the parry and toughness defenses cannot exceed twice the series power level. And, so parry and toughness cannot equal more than 20 because we're power level 10. Fortitude and will, so fortitude and will added together cannot exceed twice the series power level. Okay, so 20. So fortitude and will together cannot equal more than 20. So obviously right now, we don't have to worry about that. Okay? Well, for now, we're going to leave those as they are. This is where she is naturally, without her super speed. So she's going to get, in the story, she's going to get her powers, which are going to enhance some of these, and that's what she's going to rely on. Okay? So now let's look at skills. Skills are on your second page. Okay? Right here. So skills, you pay 1 power point per 2 total skill ranks. Okay, so let's go to the skill chapter. is going to be chapter, I believe, 4 with skills. So page 61. It's the yellow section, if you can see it. The yellow section. Okay. So this is where we're really going to define like what this character can do. So here's a list of all your skills. They do have some other blank fill-in ones where you could potentially make a skill for a certain thing, but we're not really going to do that. We're going to keep it simple. So remember, one power point equals 2 total ranks. Okay? So obviously she's going to be good at acrobatics, gymnastics, things like that. So we're going to give her a total of, what do we think? What's going to be good? So we're going to give her 6 ranks. Okay? So that's going to cost us 3 points. Okay? Athletics, she's obviously going to be athletic. We're going to give her 4 ranks in that, which is going to cost us 2 points. And then, so the ability for acrobatics is agility. Throw this off to the side here. Okay. We have an agility of 3. So now we have a total of 9. But we're not going to fill that in yet, just in case we add something through powers. Athletics is strength. We have a 1 strength. Okay. Close combat. Obviously, now close combat, this is like when you go to make an attack, you're going to make it a close combat check based on what, like fists or club or something, So, but she obviously doesn't really use any weapons, So we're going to say close combat unarmed. Okay? Naturally, she's going to have 2 ranks in that. She can throw a punch. Maybe she's been in a fight or 2 in school. Okay? It's going to cost 1 point. And that's based on fighting, which is 0. Okay? Deception. Obviously, all kids that age tend to tell a little lie every now and then. So we're going to say she's going to have 4. And deception is off of presence, so which is 3. So we got a total of 7 there, so that's going to cost us 2 points. Expertise. Now expertise, let's go look at expertise. Expertise is a pretty long section in itself. So it's a broad skill encompassing knowledge and training in a variety of specialized fields. Right? High school student with expertise. So there's they give an example like expertise sailor. So I know basic knots, repair sails, and stand a deck watch at the sea. We're gonna skip expertise. She's still learning the basics at school. She hasn't really specialized in anything yet. So we're not gonna give her any expertise. Okay. Now we're gonna look at insight. You can tell someone's true intentions and feelings by paying attention to their body language. Obviously, she's not gotten as far as she has without understanding how people think. So we're going to give her, she's going to have 4 ranks. Okay. Insight is then also based on awareness, so she has an awareness of 2. Wait, did I say she had an awareness of, deception, make sure I got it, yeah, okay. It's early in the morning here, it's like 1:30 in the morning, I just got home from work, so bear with me. Intimidation, going to be about the same. She's going to have an intimidation of 4. Sometimes she's got to, flex a little muscle on all the other girls, trying to move in on her spot as a cheer captain or whatever we're going to give her. So, which is based on presence, which is 3. Okay. Investigation. Let's look at what investigation says. You know how to search and study clues. Obviously, she's had to go at least to the library several times, or if kids still do that, or using Google or whatever. So she's got a little bit of investigation, so we're going to give her 4 ranks in that as well. Okay? And then investigation is then based on intelligence, and she has intelligence of 3. Okay? And these here are all costing us 2 power points. Perception. Skill used to notice and pick up things. That's good. We're going to have a 6 in that. And that's based on awareness. That's going to cost us 3. Persuasion, she's obviously had to persuade dad to use the car, persuade mom for a little extra spending money on the weekends. Plus she's really, really cute. And, bat in the eyes, the puppy dog eyes kind of thing. So we're going to give her like a 6 ranks in that. Just 3 points. Persuasion is also based on presence. So she's got a presence of 3. Ranged combat. Does she have ranged combat? No, I don't think so. She's never shot a gun. She's never, thrown knives, that kind of stuff. So we're not going to give her any points in that. Sleight of hand. Is she that kind of? Is she that kind of girl? No, I don't think so. Stealth. Oh yeah, she definitely snuck out of the house once or twice. So we're going to give her a few points in that. We're going to give her 4 ranks for 2 points. And stealth is going to be based on agility, which is 3. Climbing up and down the lattice work on the, from the second story like you see in all the movies. Technology. You have cell phones and stuff like that. Well, let's look and see exactly what that means in this game. Covers operating, building, repairing, and generally working with technological devices and equipment. Without the proper tools or equipment, you take a -5 penalty to technology checks for high favorable circumstances. We'll at least give her 2 points in that. She's worked the VCR and the cell phone, and maybe help dad set up the TV or something like that. So yeah, we'll put a few points in that. Technology is based on intelligence, so 3. And then we've got treatment. You're trained in treating injuries and ailments. No, she's not going to have any points in that. She's not the doctor type. Maybe she's used a Band-Aid once or twice, but I don't think that warrants putting points in it. Vehicles. She's obviously learned how to drive, so we're going to give her 2 ranks in that. And vehicles is based on dexterity, so which is 3. Okay. And then 2, and then 2 points. Okay. So we're going to add that up. So we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 26 points in skills. All right, and now we're going to be on to advantages, which is right here on the second page at the top. Now this is just like the standard character sheet that you get from Green Ronan's website. Or basically I just did a Google search, Mutants and Masterminds character sheet. This is what you're going to find, pretty simple. There's other ones that are like user created ones that maybe look a little differently, but this one is just good for starting out. Okay, advantages. Advantage cost. This is on page 79 in chapter 5, and like this turquoise color here. 1 power point per advantage rank. Okay, so we do have a pretty comprehensive list. We've got combat advantages, fortune, general, and skill. Okay, so let's go back and maybe look at this prefab character here and see what he's got. So back on page 47, advantages, he just has defensive role, improved initiative, instant up, and move by action. Okay, so we're going to give him all of those, or give her all of those. So let's see. Defensive role, you can avoid damage through agility and rolling with an attack. You receive a bonus to your toughness equal to your advantage rank. But it is considered an active defense, similar to dodge and parry, so you lose the bonus whenever you're vulnerable or defenseless. Okay? So we're going to say defensive role. So it is ranked as well. So, and it's 1 point per, so we're going to give her, because this guy, he's got 3. So, this is like a big honking muscular dude. We're going to give her 2. Okay? It's going to cost 2 points. This guy also has improved initiative. So now, you're going to, now the difference between taking improved initiative advantage is that you always get that. Always have improved initiative. But you can also take it in super speed, which we're going to do here in a minute. That gives you enhanced initiative. Okay? I think she's not going to have the advantage of improved initiative. She's just going to have points in enhanced initiative because of her super speed. So we're going to skip that. And then instant up. Sure, we'll give her instant up. So you're like, what is instant up? Let me find it here in this long list here. Alright, instant up, you can go from prone to standing up as a free action without the need of an acrobatic skill check. Sure. And that's just a single point. There's no ranks. So it costs you 1 point. And this guy here also has move by action. Well, let's look at that. When taking a standard action and a move action, you can move both before and after. Sure. Move by action. And that's just one rank. There's no additional ranks to that. Alright, so that's that. But now let's look at what else that she would have. Maybe, remember, we got to think about the character as a whole, not just about a speedster. Right? So she's probably not going to have a bunch of these combat advantages because she's not very combat oriented in the beginning. We're going to say in this game, this character is, when you start out, just got your powers. You're still figuring it out, you're still dealing with super speed, all these changes to your body, along with going to school, doing all your stuff. How is she going to handle that? The first few games I would see is a lot of role playing, a lot of situations, and then there's a little use of the abilities here and there, and how she's going to develop. Is she going to become a villain? Maybe she becomes a hero. I don't know. But let's see what else she's got. So fortune. Anybody can take fortune advantages, like beginner's luck, inspire, leadership. You have luck, seize initiative, and ultimate effort. You know what? Seize initiative. Nah, because I think we're gonna go fast enough. We don't really need to worry about that. Let's look at general. So let's see. Teamwork, sidekick, second chance, minion, interpose, great endurance, fearless, extraordinary effort, equipment, kinetic memory, die hard, benefit, and assessment. No, not really. None of that stuff is really sparking any interest to me or ringing any bells. Yeah. I think that's really it. So you're going to have defensive roll 2, instant up, move by action. That's 4 ranks, that's 4 points and advantages. Okay. So where are we at so far? So we got 150, so we got 34 plus 26, 60, 64. Okay. So that means we've got, let's get our calculator out so we can just keep an eye here. So we got 150 minus 64. So now we've got 86 points to spend in powers. Okay? This is where we're going to have fun. We're going to go to Chapter 6, Powers. If you're following along, page 91. It's in like the orangish section here. Okay? First thing, obviously, we're making a speedster. So we're going to talk. Here's how I like to do it. So we're going to go, super speed. Okay, so super speed itself, like if you go to the S's, there is no super speed listed in here. You've got speed. Right? That's just moving fast. That's not all the extra stuff. Now there's several ways to build this. How we're going to do this, we're just going to say super speed. Okay. And then we're going to have all the powers listed under super speed, quote unquote, that it's going to give us. Okay? So obviously the first one is going to be speed. A little dash here, speed. Okay? This is basically how fast is this character going to be able to move. Okay? So what it says, you can move faster than normal. You have a ground speed rank equal to your effect rank. This also improves all forms of movement based on ground speed. So crawling super fast, walking, running, whatever. So how fast do we want to go, Brian? Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go into the beginning. Let me find the page. I should have bookmarked these. Made these easier for you guys. Page 11. Now, here's a good tip. If you're going to be playing this game, I would photocopy this page, take a picture on your phone, just have the table handy so you don't constantly have to keep referencing the book. Okay? So how it works is like this. Distance rank equals time rank plus speed rank. So most people want to know how many miles per hour can this character run. If you look at the time of 1 hour is rank 9. Okay, so we're going to just write that off to the side. So rank 9, just so we have it written down in our memory. Okay. So now the question is, how fast do I want to go? So let's say, example, I buy speed rank 5. We're going to add 5 to 9, which gives us 14, which means this character can run 60 miles in an hour. Because if we go back to this guy, this prefab, let me see. Oh, come on now. There we go. So this guy has speed 15. Speed 15. So it says 64,000 miles per hour. You're like, well, okay, how do we do that mathematically, Brian? Okay, so speed rank of 15 plus 9 is 24. We're going to go down to 24 right here. 64,000 miles per hour. That's fast. Like, there would be so many detrimental things that would happen to you and everything around you if you moved at 64,000 miles an hour. But then, like, okay, well, so say I think a turn is 3 or 6 seconds. I'd have to look at it again. I'm used to D&D's like 3 seconds. So we're going to say 3 seconds is a round. Okay? How far can this character move in one round of combat? So 3 seconds is a rank of -1. So say this character at speed rank 15, at rank -1, 14, this character can move 60 miles in a single turn. Ridiculous. You know what? Our character is not going to move that fast. We're going to say she's just getting her power, she's just starting out. What would be a good, let's say 2,000 miles in an hour. Okay? So that's going to be speed rank 10. Okay? 10 plus time rank 9 for the hour, rank 19 is 2,000 miles in an hour. Like, that's still really, really fast. Real fast. Like, go to Google or YouTube or something and look for stuff that moves 2,000 miles an hour. It'll be, you know, a human being moving that fast. Crazy. Obviously, later on through the game as you play, you accrue experience points. You're able to increase these levels. Okay? Now, this is 1 point per rank. So that's easy enough. So we got 10 ranks. We got 10 points. So what else does super speed allow us to do? Well, we don't just move fast. I can tie my shoes really fast. I can iron my shirt super fast. I can do a lot of things fast. So we need something that makes us do random stuff quickly. What is that gonna be? Quickness. Okay. Quickness. You can perform routine tasks. Anything that can be done as a routine, check, fast, perhaps very fast. So you subtract your effective rank from the normal time rank to perform a task to determine how long it takes. In this example, if you have quickness 7, a routine task, normally taking an hour, takes you, so which is rank 9 for an hour, right? -7, time rank 2, 30 seconds. Something that would take you an hour to do would take you 30 seconds. Well, you know what? We're gonna just keep things simple. We're gonna have quickness. We're gonna say 10 ranks as well, and it's 1 point per rank. So we got 10, we got 20. Okay, so let's follow along here. So we're -20, 66 points. So what that's gonna mean So 10 minus 9 is 1. Rank 1, whatever takes us an hour now takes us 12 seconds. Now you got to think, how long does it take you to tie your shoes? Say it takes you 6 seconds to tie your shoes. Also, how it works, if you perform a task in less than a second, the Game Master may choose to allow you to do it as a free action. Free actions are just free. You know, you get so many free actions, but they can limit you. Like, you can't do 50 free actions in a turn because you're so fast. He or she's gonna put the kibosh on that. But you're gonna want to be able to do, read quickly. You're gonna, tie your shoes. You're gonna be able to get dressed. Just like they do in the show. They just spin around really fast, and they're in different clothes. All right, you're gonna be able to do that with this. Okay. Well, what else can super speed do? Well, if we go back and look at this guy, his super speed, he has quickness, speed, and enhanced initiative. Okay, well, let's go look at enhanced initiative. Because that just means he's going to be super fast in combat. Enhanced trait. You can temporarily improve one of your existing traits. While this effect is active, you increase the affected trait by its rank. So, for example, enhanced strength increases your strength by 5. The enhanced trait is still subject to power level limits, so your enhanced rank must be below the limit of at least the amount of the enhancement bonus to accommodate it. The cost of the enhanced trait is the same per rank as acquiring a rank in the affected trait. So we're going to enhanced initiative. Okay, we're going to put 10 points in that. Okay, so that's just going to give plus 10 points to initiative. Okay, we can go ahead and fill that in. So initiative is based on awareness of base of 2 plus 10, 12. Okay, costs us another 10 points. Okay, what else can we do with super speed? Well, I like looking at the Flash, and he has improved regeneration because of his super speed. So we're going to give her some regeneration. Nothing crazy though. Nothing crazy. She's not going to be like the Wolverine, but she'll heal pretty quick. So regeneration. Okay. You recover quickly from damage. Remove penalties to your toughness checks due to damage equal to your regeneration rank each minute. Okay. Let's see. So with regeneration 5, you remove a -1 toughness penalty every other round. Every round with regeneration 10 and up to -2 penalty to regeneration 20. So characters with no stamina do not heal. Right? Extra. No. Do we want to buy persistent? You can regenerate even incurable damage conditions. That's something. That'll be something for a later video. But I think we're not going to have that. So we're just going to have. We're going to take regen 5. Regeneration 5. So every other round, she's going to remove a -1 toughness penalty. Okay, that costs us 5 points. So it's 1 point per rank. Okay. What else can super speed do? Well, let's go back and look at this prefab guy here. So we've got the enhanced initiative, the quickness, the speed. We've added regeneration. We're obviously going to be able to run on water. Okay. So it's the movement power. Movement is on page 120, and it's got a bunch of different ones here. Okay. So obviously we're going to have water walking. You can stand or move at your normal ground speed on the surface of water. Quicksand or liquids without falling. If you fall prone for any reason, you sink into the liquid normally. With 2 ranks, you can also lie prone on a liquid surface without sinking. And only sink if you choose to. So we're going to have, and then basically it's 1 rank of that because that's all you need to buy. So, and that's going to cost us 1 point. So we're going to have, so movement 1, and then of water walking. So normally it's 2 points per rank, but we're going to have a limited to running. Okay, so she's going to have to run to be able to walk across water. If she stops running, she's going to sink, which Limited is going to reduce the cost in half. So it's only going to cost us 1 point for that. Okay, down to 50. We're also going to have movement again. You have to buy each movement power separately. We're going to buy 2 points in movement. And this one is going to be for wall crawling. You're like, really, Brian? Wall crawling? Like Spider-Man? No. Basically, she's going to be able to run on walls. So from the ground, up the walls, just like they do in the Flash TV show and stuff. So what it says, you can climb walls and ceilings at your ground speed rank -1 with no chance of falling. An additional rank of this effect means you can climb at your full movement speed and are not vulnerable while climbing. So we're like 2 ranks, but once again, we're going to be limited to running, which is going to reduce our cost in half. So 2 points per 2 ranks is 4, cut in half, 2. Okay. All right. What else do we got? So we got defenses, all right? So we're also going to have enhanced dodge. So enhanced is just like initiative. So initiative is 1 point increase. It's 1 point per point of dodge that you would put in. So it's going to cost us 1 point. So we're going to have enhanced dodge of... So this is where we're going to be careful now. Because remember, if we go here... Where is it? So our dodge and toughness cannot be more than twice the series power level. So toughness of 2 and a dodge base of 3 plus however many points we put in here cannot equal more than 20. But I think we're going to get away with it. We're going to do enhanced dodge of 10. Okay? So that's going to cost us 10 points. Okay? So that's going to make our dodge 13. Okay? We're also going to have enhanced parry. Okay? So that means like she's going to be able to block attacks really fast because she's fast. You can see it. 10 points in that. That is 10. Then to 28. Parry is now 10. But now remember, parry plus toughness cannot equal twice, but we're good. So we got 10 plus 2 is 12, which we're good. Dodge 13 plus 2 is 15. So we're good there. Okay? What else can we do? So we got the run on water, run on walls. We got the super, we got the speed, the quickness, the initiative. We've added regeneration to the mix. Let's also look at movement. Where is it? So we're going to go movement. Permeate. Okay. What does that do? This allows you to pass through solid objects as if they were not there. So if you've watched the Flash TV show or read comics, so you can phase through walls going so fast, that's what's going to allow us to do this. Okay? For rank 1, you can move at speed rank -2. For 2 ranks, you can move at speed rank -1. For 3 ranks, you can move at your normal speed through any obstacles. You cannot breathe while inside, and you can't see through it. But basically, you're just going to be able to run right through it. But also, we're going to put the limit. So we're going to do 3 ranks of that. But we're going to limit to running. Okay? Which would normally cost us 6 points. So 3 ranks at 2 points per rank is 6. But we're going to limit it, so we're going to divide it by 2. So there's only 3 points. Okay? 25. Alright, what else? What else can we do with super speed? Well, let's look at senses, right? So the average human sees the world in about 60 frames per second. If you read like the Flash comics and stuff, he perceives it at like, I don't know, 240, 300 plus frames per second. Something like that, to the point where he can pick out individual frames of what he sees. So that's, I mean, because when you're running so fast, when you're running at, 2,000 miles an hour, how do you see what's going on? So we're going to give her acute senses. So senses. And now you look, so this is page 124. You're going to go over here on page 126 is going to have your different types of senses. Visual, auditory, olfactory, tactile, and mental. So obviously we're going to have visual. So senses, visual, accurate. So when she's moving really fast, she's going to be able to still see things, right? She's not going to be like blind, because if you were to go 2,000 miles an hour, the world around you would just be a blur. So there's 2 or 4 ranks, so it's 1 point per rank. So let's see. You can use an accurate sense to target something in combat. Visual and tactile senses are normally accurate for humans. Cost is 2 ranks for 1 sense, or 4 ranks for an entire sense type. Okay? So we're just going to give her 2 ranks for that's just going to be for 1 sense, that's just going to be visual, sight. Okay? And it's 1 point per rank, so that's 2 points. Okay? I'm going to give her senses, visual, acute. So acute, you can sense fine details about anything you can detect with a particular sense, allowing you to distinguish between and identify different subjects. Visual super speed, you gain the benefits of your normal vision at normal speed while you're moving super fast, if that makes sense. So we're just going to buy it 1 rank, which costs us 1 point. Okay? Alright, what else can we do? So let's look at some attacks, shall we? Let's look at some attacks. So we're going to have, now we're going to make fast attack, okay? Just like this, kind of like, we're going to kind of base off of this guy, fast attack. So, it's a damage ability, it's a damage power. I believe, let's see, yep, there it is, damage. Okay, it's page 104. You inflict damage on a target by making a close attack. The exact nature of the damage is up to you. With the GM's approval, it can be anything from a powerful impact to razor claws, energy fields, or something like that. Basically, you just gotta punch really, really fast. So obviously, when you strike something very fast, like watch a car hit, something at 60-something miles an hour, does a lot of damage. Well, your fist moving 2,000 miles an hour into somebody's face is going to do a lot of damage, right? So we're going to buy it. So damage is 1 point per rank. Now this guy's only got like damage 3, strength based. Doesn't do a ton of damage, but we're gonna beef it up. So we're gonna go fast attack, which is gonna be a damage power, and we're gonna give 5 ranks to that. Okay. So that's gonna cost us 5 points. Okay. All right. So give her another attack. This one we're gonna do a burst attack. Okay, so we're gonna call this one area attack. It's gonna be damage 5. Okay, so which is 5 points. We're gonna give it selective. So we're only gonna want to target the bad guys. So that's gonna be another 5 points. Okay, and then we have to give it the area extra with burst. Right now, second one here. So burst area. So burst area gives you a 30-foot radius. This is where you attack those. So from where your character is standing, everybody within 30-foot radius that you want to hit with the power, you can attempt to attack. So basically, you're using the fast attack, which is a power damage 5, strength based, against everybody within 30 feet that you want to hit. Okay? and that's an extra point per rank, so another 5 points. Okay, so leaves us 2. So with those extra 2 points, we're just going to go up here and we're going to add 2 extra points into dodge. So it was a 13. We're going to make it a 15. Okay. So that means we've got 2 points in defenses, and then we've got 84 points in powers. All right. So let's go over it again here. All right. So we've got our female speedster. She's 17. She's 5'1", 125 pounds. She's got blue eyes, brunette hair. We're playing on power level 10, which gave us 150 power points. We spent 34 points in abilities, which just gets us strength 1, stamina 2, agility and dexterity 3, fighting of 0, intellect of 3, awareness 2, and presence of 3. We've got advantages of 4, which is on the second page here. So we gave her two ranks of defensive roll. We gave her instant up and move by action. We spent 26 points in skills. So we took acrobatics at 6 ranks, athletics at 4, unarmed close combat at 2, deception at 4, insight, intimidation, investigation at 4, perception, persuasion at 6 ranks. Stealth at 4 ranks, technology, and vehicles at 2 ranks. And then we just added in the relevant ability bonus. And then we calculated it all on the side here. We put 2 points of defenses, so we took 2 points in the dodge. And then 84 points into powers. So basically we've created our super speed set of powers here. So which gives us speed of rank 10, which allows us to go at 2,000 miles an hour. Okay. We got quickness of 10, which allows us to do stuff really, really fast. We took an enhanced initiative of 10, so now our initiative modifier is a plus 12. We took a regeneration at 5 ranks, which allows us every other round to remove a -1 toughness penalty. We took movement rank 1, limited to running for walking, so we can run on water. We took movement of 2 ranks, limited to running, so we can run on walls. We took enhanced dodge of 10 and enhanced parry of 10. We took movement with permeate at 3 ranks, limited to running, so it means we can run through solid objects, people, walls, vehicles. We took senses, visual, acute, and visual accurate, so that while we're moving at super speed, we can see normally. These probably, aren't necessary, but this is kind of where that science is. It's just a couple of points that you spend, so there's no question as to whether the game master is going to be like, well, you're moving really fast. Can you actually see? Yes, I can. My super speed, it gives me these abilities, so he or she should have no problem doing that. We got 2 attacks. We took the fast attack, which is damage power. We took 5 ranks in it, strength base, so we're just going to punch real fast. 2,000 mile an hour punch to the face. Somebody's not going to have a very good day after that. And then we took the area attack, which is damage 5. We put selective and burst area, so basically all the bad guys within 30-foot radius of us, we can make an attack with our fast attack against. And then, there we go. That is the Speedster. Oh. And action. Alright gamers, we got our character complete. Our Speedster, our high school age girl coming of age, gaining her super speed. So now I talked about kind of a backstory. Okay, say I'm running this game, and do I want to have the characters be mutants, aliens, magic? Really, I kind of allow everything. But how does this character gain her powers? Do we want to be like the Flash, where she gets struck by lightning? Nah, we want to change it up a little bit. Um, let's see. So maybe this character, maybe it was a car accident. All right, yeah. So she's in a car accident. She's in the car with her friends, talking on the phone. They're having a good time. Accident happens, right? She's wounded. She's injured in this car accident, and maybe this is like latent abilities. Maybe it's a mutation. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's something passed down through generations that needs a certain kind of stimuli to awaken it. So she wakes up in the hospital. She has these abilities she doesn't know yet, but she knows that she's healing quicker. Than her friends that suffered injuries as well are still recuperating. She's able to get out of the hospital out of a couple of days, and it's really weird. Nobody knows how, and nobody knows why, and maybe they think it's work of the devil or whatever. So how is she going to live with this stigma? She's got friends that are in the hospital now. They're going to be there for probably a while. She's able to get up and walk around and go back to her normal life. How is she going to deal with that mentally? And then she finds out she can move really fast. She can do all this other stuff. How is she going to react to that? Is she going to be scared? Is she going to be excited? Is she going to become a hero? Maybe she becomes a villain. See, you never know. But that's just, it's just like a quick little backstory. Obviously, if you viewers are wanting to use a character like this, you're free to come up with however. Make sure you confer with your GM to make sure that they're going to set how they want their game to run, and your backstory will need to kind of conform to what's going on in the story. But you can easily take this character into any game with GM approval. GM approval is always key. Make sure you talk to your GM, really talk about the character, the powers, the backstory, the history, the desires, the motivations, all that kind of stuff with this character. It's just going to allow you to have a better gaming experience with this character that you obviously spent time with me creating. So, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you do, give it a like, give me a thumbs up. I would love for you to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more stuff like this. I'm more than willing to do it. I may even just do some more videos creating different types of characters, maybe like a Superman character, a Hulk character, an Iron Man type character, especially Wonder Woman. I just saw Wonder Woman last week. Fantastic. Maybe I'll make a Wonder Woman type character. I don't know. Let me know what you want to see in the comments below. If you like this, leave some comments. If you have questions or about this character creation, leave it in the comments below. If you've got friends that are maybe looking into get into Mutants and Masterminds and they want to learn how to make a character, share this video with them. Just be like, hey, this guy Brian, he does a pretty good job. Watch what he's got. I tried to be as good as I could with the page numbers so you could follow along. But until next time, when I see you in the dungeon, and as always, happy gaming.